Sabed que yo, Samael, aún de hoy, soy vuestro avatar, soy vuestro Buda Maitreya. He descendido de los mundos superiores para enseñaros, para ayudaros.
What is the secret of the Grail? Who does it serve?
You, my lord.
Who am I?
You are my lord and king.
Today, we are going to reflect on the initiatory path, the path that leads to the great light, to the inner logos, to the inner saber and his mysteries. We must become conscious of the path that we are walking, or we are about to begin. There are brothers in the world who are just feeling the deep longing to take the first steps. Others have been walking it for years. The most important thing is to be aware of the path, to understand the inner work, why and what we do it. The more understanding of what we do, the better results we will have. When we are not conscious of the path we are traveling, the ego takes advantage to deceive and fascinate us. There are so many subtle distractions of hymns, so many ways to please the eyes. The most terrible thing is that we postpone the true inner work, and our life escapes with so many thoughts and good intentions. In the worst case, so many mistakes are made, and we not only harm ourselves, we also harm others. These actions take us further from the self. It makes us more skeptical, colder, mechanical, intolerant, destructive, unconscious, etc. Master Samael comments, in this difficult path, we must make an inventory of ourselves to know what we have in excess and what we lack. It's necessary to eliminate what we have in excess and get what is missing. Who has already done the great work, like our Guru Samael, knows by his own experience the details of the path, knows where the dangers are, the ascents, the descents, the precipices, etc. And as he loves us and wants our good, our perfection, he gives us the guide. Beware of the one who rejects the Guru. At the beginning, it's difficult to make an inventory of what we have in excess and what we lack. Reflection, meditation, sincerity, and honesty with ourselves will help us a lot. The faculty of self-criticism, which we have lost, is very valuable. It's urgent to recover this faculty. The initiate has hope and faith in the Christ, in his Divine Mother, who will guide him on the narrow path. The Lord of Perfection has his secret path and allows us to follow it. We shouldn't lose an instant in taking the necessary steps, because in the difficult path, a step backward and will be lost. And not advance here is to go backwards. Personally, at the beginning of our journey, I remember that we start with many students. Little by little, we all define ourselves. The gyms are hard when we're facing the inner Satan, or the test with the guardian of the threshold, etc. In addition, multiple processes to which we have been subject by the being and the divine's hierarchies. The path to the light has an order and its laws. The master of the law of karma always observe and qualify you. They charge and pay what one deserves. Only the self knows if we will reach the goal. We should not covet inner initiation. Each being has his own mystery. Our duty is always cooperate with it until we consecrate our body and soul to the path of the inner revelation, the divine gnosis. We must value and love the path that leads to the great light. And this will not be possible if we are not conscious of the path, of the Guru who guide our steps, of the masters of the Light Lodge who are always watching, helping, and assisting us from the higher plans of cosmic consciousness. The inner world has its laws, disciplines, and methodology. They are timeless. Their principles are always in force. The path is eternal, and it is us, with our grown way of thinking and feeling, that we want to hook to our train of life. When we proceed cunningly, wanting to deceive the masters, and we violate the principles of the path, the consequences are not long in coming. The result is error, pain, and frustration. Brother, this reflection is to rethink and realize where we are standing at this crucial moment of our life. Much remains to be done. The road to the great light is long, full of renunciations, transformations, constant deaths, great sacrifices, but have a great satisfaction of the conscience, where the being is feeling what has been empty, where the illusory is no longer for you, because you have understood your position before the infinitude of being as essence. In relation to the path, our beloved Master tells us and warns us. The path that leads to the great light is difficult. From side to side, only horrifying abysses are seen. Many are those who begin. Rare are those who reach the goal. Sometimes the path is lost in the desert sands. Sometimes the path is cut off by a dangerous abyss. Sometimes you have to go down and reascend later. No moral code, no precept of ethics serves in this difficult path. In this difficult path, we must make an inventory of oneself to know what is in excess and what is lacking. It's necessary to eliminate what is in excess and obtain what is lacking. Sometimes a beautiful maxim or a precious virtue can serve as an obstacle on the difficult path. We must know the good from the bad and the bad from the good, and go beyond good and evil. We need to free ourselves from the powers of good and evil. We must wield the sword of cosmic justice. These words were written by Master Samael when he was on the summit of the second mountain. He had almost completed the work. He had almost reached the resurrection of his Christ. The Master already had a great discernment, conscience, a great wisdom. The Master also has already done in other existence the great work, several times, and has vast experience of the inner path. That is the reason for the depth of his words. With these words that the Master tells us, we feel how dangerous and difficult, but not impossible, is the way to the great light. Nothing to do with what we imagine when we enter to the public chamber in our years of students. But when we entered to the second chamber, we felt a greater commitment with our inner God and the Master's brother. Do you remember that day? We are grateful to those missionaries who patiently helped us and gave us the liberating teaching. For the mind, the personality, the animal ego, this path is madness, a dreamy idiocy. In order not to get out from the path, we must work, study the Gnostic doctrine, and practice it. To live the path, we must dare to walk it. But if we remain in pure conjectures, speculations, and theories, we will lose our time. Never compare yourself with anyone and just walk, 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 don't stop. You will never be alone on the path that leads to the Father. Fear, lack of faith, lack of love, lack of own will can betray you and take you off the path. Let us trust in the intimate Christ. He is our support, our hope, our light that will guide each step we take on the difficult path. Only the light can save us from sin and darkness. Let us love and trust in the inner Lord. He untains knots, breaks chains, and frees the oppressed. The Lord of perfections has not erred in the teaching us the path, the mysterious way from the few. He has hope in us. Let us not disappoint him. Let us keep his commitments of lights. In this path that we have chosen, or the Father of all the lights has chosen for us, there are very hard and desperate moments. We have to bleed from the heart and takes away all the sinful things we have acquired. We have to pay the karma of many existences. Sometimes we get impatient and we want everything to pass quickly, but it's not like that. We have to suffer consciously. It is necessary to take the wisdom out of the earth. When we enter in those processes, in those tribulations, the ego can take advantage to put us the fightest thoughts, desires to betray the work, to leave everything, but the voice of the being calls us to go ahead. What will happen to us if we go back to the past? Without the light of gnosis, falling back into the most terrible ignorance, returning to feed those demons that have made our life impossible. We need to reflect. Let us continue walking towards the great light. The great merciful can take sympathize on us and help us. The secret path is taught by the merciful who dwells in our being. The intimate Lord will guide our steps if we are kind and tender-hearted. The Song of Pilgrims of Compostela says, I will have in this step the weapon of living faith, the staff of hope, shod with charity, clothed with constancy, love, and chastity.